All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. Owen Fritzen here with you. We're going to give it a couple of minutes or a few seconds here to let everybody jump on. So we're just going live here this afternoon. Looking at a particular severe storm right now for our friends up in Paulding County. We're particularly looking at that one, Paulding and Van Wert counties. That's the particular reason we're coming live, along with the rest of this line that has some special weather statements along with this as well. So if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us here this afternoon, Ohio News and Weather. We are tracking some severe storms that are starting to impact the Buckeye State, and wanted to come live in particular because of the storm cell we continue to watch here crossing into Ohio right now from the Fort Wayne area. So for portions of Paulding County and Van Wert County. And right now we got, let's see, hazard 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with this one. And the particular reason that we wanted to come out and call this one was that it says that there is a tornado possible tag inside of this particular storm cell. So if you're joining us, I'll back out here. I'll kind of go to the default view so you can kind of see what's going on across the Buckeye State. We have some scattered showers and some thunderstorms throughout the area. Most of this has lightning with it. Let's take a look at the lightning real quick. I'll bring open the lightning, so we'll go ahead and pop that on here for you. You kind of see most of the cells throughout Ohio, and as it approaches Ohio, a lot of lightning with these storms today as well. And again, the severe threat overall is low today, but we wanted to come live in particular because of this one particular storm cell that we're continuing to watch there up in the northwest portion of Ohio, Paulding and Van Wert counties. So let's go ahead and zoom back into what we got going on here. So Paulding and Van Wert counties, this is the one that has a severe thunderstorm warning on right now, and we just wanted again to come live real quick due to this particular storm cell. And I'll read the text of the warning right now. And this particular storm cell is for southwestern Paulding County, northwestern Van Wert County, and southwestern Paulding County until 5:15. The latest text, they updated this. Actually, it's getting a little bit outdated now, but they're still saying 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and they did tag this one as tornado possible. So what that means for us is they are seeing some rotation inside of the storm, and we are as well, and that's why we decided to jump on live real quick and going to give you that heads up, especially if you're out in particular in Van Wert or Paulding counties. And if it holds together for us, portions of maybe Defiance and Putnam counties as well can get in on this action as it continues to move forward. So that's what we're looking at right now, along with, if I zoom back out here, we have some other storm cells as it continues to traipse down here across into Ohio for portions of Van Wert County, Mercer County, and Auglaize County, and portions of Shelby County. You all have these lighter little boxes. Those are special weather statements, so they're continuing to monitor those as well. Some of these storms could get cranky up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So we're seeing a lot of lightning with these storms today. Not seeing a lot in terms of hail, but that is certainly a potential as well today. But we're seeing a lot of lightning and some heavy downpours as it continues to move through as we're continuing to track these. So the storms, we have one severe thunderstorm warning again just for two counties up here, portions of Van Wert County and Paulding County for our friends up here in northwest Ohio until 5:15. And then we have plenty of special weather statements. Those are going on the bottom of your screen as well. So we have plenty of those going as well. Kind of zoom back out here. We're going to flip radar sites real quick. So friends over in northeast Ohio, north central Ohio, seeing some scattered showers and storms. Again, throughout the Buckeye State today, not saying in terms of what is going to be crazy severe at all. I'm going to pop on the Storm Prediction Center outlook. They're pretty much riding that line along I-70s where they're saying the most of the severe weather, if there is any, would be. Again, most of these storms today are going to be garden variety type severe storms. Not going to be in the much of severe weather, but one or two of these storms, we, as predicted, are seeming to get a little bit cranky, and that's why we're live, kind of giving you that heads up. I wouldn't cancel your plans. I just make sure you have an alternative means in case one gets a little cranky, that you can take shelter inside and away from windows until the storm has passed. The humidity out there is tropical. I don't know, it's beyond tropical in some portions of Ohio. 75 to 80% humidity in some spots, so it's very nasty feeling out there throughout the Buckeye State today. So that's what we got going on. We got plenty of moisture out there fueling these storm cells as they continue to move here kind of across Ohio along this boundary. We'll continue to watch this one, particularly for Paulding and Van Wert County. We continue to see, and I'll flip on something here real quick. Let me go ahead and flip back over to, I may have lost the radar there, so that ain't good. That's always a good thing. See if we can flip it. There we go. Flip it back over here. I'll flip it to base velocity, kind of showing you where they were seeing some of that rotation. We're seeing kind of two spots with this, but the main portion of rotation that they were seeing in particular is this one here riding right along the southern border of Paulding County. Not as pronounced now as it was a few scans ago, which is a good thing. Hopefully it just turns into more of a straight line threat for you. But we've kind of seen this nagging rotation that continues to go on. Back there in Indiana, it was really pronounced, and you kind of see some of the more pronounced rotation there. But now the latest scan with this is it's very murky, it's very broad rotation. But nevertheless, these storms have the tendency to kind of tighten up and get a little bit tight with rotation and wrap, and then they decide to calm back down. So we're seeing that on and off right now. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Nothing too crazy, but we did want to come on and just kind of give you that heads up and say, hey, we are watching these storms. We'll continue to be here and watch these throughout the evening hours if there's something that comes up of particular interest like this one did. That's why we decided to come live, because, again, that was tagged Tornado Possible for our friends in Van Wert and Paulding County, and kind of waiting on an update on that one. Still, I'm not sure if did they pop an update on that one. No, still 426. So that one's quite outdated. Let me check the dashboard here. Yeah, still outdated as far as that goes. Looking at our internal dashboard here, which is phenomenal with our team, looking at the webcams and all the things throughout all this technology. I love it. I love our team putting this together, kind of checking some things out. It makes our life a lot easier, especially when you're trying to broadcast to you folks out there. Kind of looking here, too, at some of the damage reports. I mean, I know there's some stuff earlier. They're saying 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts down in Dayton at the Dayton Airport from the ASOS station. That was a fairly recent one as well. And some thunderstorm damage. Again, that was actually from yesterday. So not a lot going on as far as damage reports today for what we're seeing. Oh, they did finally just update the text to that warning. You can see the polygon has been trimmed back to just portions of the counties in Ohio. And they just put out that update as of 4:40. The severe thunderstorm is located near Payne, or 10 miles north of Van Wert, moving east at 25 miles an hour. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. They still have that tornado tag possible within that particular storm cell. So it is continuing to move pretty much due east. I'll flip back over here towards that base velocity so you can kind of see that little bit of rotation right there. That's what they're talking about. And again, pretty much moving east right now. So they did just update that. It continues to go 24 miles an hour is what they're saying, moving pretty much at 90 degrees or 91 degrees. So pretty much moving east at this particular point. I could pop on a little bit of a storm track for you. I'm just going to pop it from the center of that rotation straight east, and we'll go 91 for what they said, 91 at 24. So kind of slow moving. I'll back it up to 91 at 24. Close enough. And this is what we got. Grover Hill, 502 if it holds together. DuPont, 525. Cloverdale at 525. And then 539 Kalida. Now, the general consensus here is if I let me take that off there and let me redraw it, and I'll double the timeout for you. I'll double it to 48 miles an hour. So that means basically in 2 hours. If it were to hold together. And I think it's going to move. It's going to continue to move up just a little bit quicker. So they're saying, again, if it holds together out to Macomb, about 535 and 540 there for Genera. Now, again, a lot of ifs there with that particular track and if it were to hold together for you. So bottom line is, if you're Northwest Ohio, you have the chance and the potential for some pop-up showers and storms today. Perrysburg, I think you got a little bit earlier, and if this holds together, which it should, you're going to see some rain showers here in the evening hours. And again, any one of these storms can get a little bit towards the crankiness side, and you could see one or two of these storms, garden variety, pop up to be somewhat severe. So that's what we're looking at. I'm flipping over here towards the eastern portion of the state. We also are watching these. A lot of gully washers out here towards Youngstown, Akron, and Canton. They're getting a lot of rain over here. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't see some flash flood warnings come in for portions of the eastern portion of Ohio. We are continuing to watch these as well as those come through. So like Trumbull County, Ashtabula County, Mahoning County, kind of getting in on a lot of that soaking rain right now. And we're watching that as well. Even portions back here towards Stark County and Portage County and Geauga County. We're continuing to watch that as that moves here towards the east. And then as it moves down towards the south, folks down in Zanesville, going to get in on a little bit of rain here this afternoon, and even in Columbus. That's going to be maybe feel good for some, but again, those dew points and the humidity levels today are wicked, if you will. So it's always going to be a hit or a miss for you today. So, yeah, I wish I had better news for most of us. I would say pretty much anywhere in the state today you have a slight chance of getting some rain. That's very, very possible anywhere that we're going today as far as that goes. So I'm going to go ahead and flip back over to National Composite and turn this off real quick. Kind of see what's going on throughout the state. Some heavy rain, but again, a lot of moisture in the atmosphere that continues to go on. And the Storm Prediction Center, again, kind of has that category outlook of marginal risk for some of these storms to get a little bit cranky here today. So pretty much right now, say that I-70 corridor, maybe just a little bit to the south of that, just south of Columbus. But overall, this is kind of the trend that we're going to see throughout the evening hours. Again, don't really cancel your plans. I wouldn't get too frightful over this. Just be aware that some of these storms, garden variety type storms, could get a little bit cranky. We could see some severe gusts, up to about 60 miles an hour. That's kind of what we're seeing here as the main threat for today. And then obviously some pretty good downpours, especially with the amount of moisture that we have in the atmosphere throughout today. Some of us aren't getting any rain, which is very interesting here in northwest Ohio. Some of the storms have kind of skirted awry portions of Sandusky County and even Ottawa County. Thought we were going to get hit here a little bit ago, and we did not. Where I reside here in Sandusky County. But that's pretty much all that's going on for now. We're continuing to track these storms. Not going to stay live. Just wanted to come live real quick and let everybody know that we continue to monitor these storms. And in particular, we were monitoring and still are monitoring this one severe thunderstorm warning that is in progress up here for portions of Paulding and Van Wert counties. This one goes until 5:15, and again, they do tag it tornado possible, so that's the one. That's why we came live, because we always like to try to give you somewhat of a heads up if we can. And yeah, Lima's getting in on some of that action as well. So for now, we're going to call it, and we'll continue to monitor these storms. Again, you can follow along with us if you want. You can always download our app at Ohio News and Weather. You can download the Ohio News and Weather app at the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Just search for that. It's free. We try to keep the ads to a minimum on that, but do got to pay the bills as well. So that's free, powered by our wonderful weather partners there. It's a really good app, and you can get down and really get to the nitty-gritty of what alerts that you want. You just click on that little toolbar up to the top right, that little gear icon, and you really can get down to what type of alert you want to be alerted on and which ones that you don't. So download that, free to download, Ohio News and Weather in the App Store, Google Play Store. Download that, and you can follow right along with us as well. So I'll leave you with the radar as we continue here to watch these storms throughout the Buckeye State today. Stay safe out there, and remember, when